I wanted to show you how to use outside. I want to show you how to use some outside tools to help you study a Bible passage. And I showed the class about 8 books that I would use to study the Bible. And now with technology, now we have them all free right here on blueletterbible.org or .com. So say we're studying Philippians 4, and then it was 6 through 7, and then I'll change this to NIV. So when you start off, you want to read the passage 2 times over and pray. So you're going to read, do not be anxious about anything. Keep reading, reading, reading. And then you want to start with a Bible study introduction. So you can use a study Bible to get an introduction of the book of Philippians, or you can use the Bible book introductions right here. Click on those. Go down to the book for Philippians. And you have a few different ones you can read. You could just look at this guy's and just see, okay, so who wrote it, the date, the city, the church, the reason for it, what were some of the keys, the remarks. So you just want to get those to help answer some of your observation questions. Then we're going to go back. We're going to say, okay, we read it 2 times. We got a little bit of introduction. Then we're going to answer the who, what, where, when, and how questions that we get from the passage. So who? He's talking to the Philippian church. Who is it? It's the Apostle Paul. Who else? God. Jesus Christ is in there. The what? We talked about being anxious. What do you do when you're anxious? What are kind of the 3 things? What's the result? So you go through the who, what, where, when, and how. And then what I found to be helpful is looking at different Bible translations. So you go to the tools, you click on Bibles, and you can actually move these around, but you pick your favorites. And so you see, do not be anxious, do not be anxious, do not worry about anything through prayer and petition, through prayer and pleading. This says, don't worry about, tell God what you need and thank Him for all that He's done. Makes it a little bit simpler. That's verse 6. Then you go here, verse 7. You could do the same thing. What did the Bible say? And the peace of God, then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guard your hearts and minds. So looking at different translations just helps you understand it a little bit better. And then after you've done the who, what, where, when, and how on your own, you go to some commentaries. So I like David Guzik here. He has a study guide for Philippians 4. You go down to the passage, verses 6 and 7. Talks about what each thing means. Now, he's not the only authority. There's actually other commentaries and other things that you get. So he talks about peace from God, peace with God, the peace of God. What is God's peace? How does it surpass all understanding? And so he just kind of gives you a good sense. And using this tool and reading it, looking at the Bible book introduction, answering the observation questions, looking at different Bible translations, and reading on commentaries will help you as you look to understand what it meant to that audience.